Greetings one and greetings all. My name is Dartham and welcome to Darkthrone Plays Slay the Princess. Anyone else getting a bit of a sense of a deja vu?
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh well.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh, goody.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Something don't seem right about that one. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard. By hitting tab on your keyboard. Or right. Alright, yeah, I'm just kind of play acting at being fresh because, you know, the entity the entity resets your memory, so I just kind of play at that kind of intro. But I'm probably not gonna. I don't really feel like do it. I feel like. I mean, maybe I could skip it. I don't think I chose this dialogue before. Let's go with that.
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Wow, harsh. But I forget this. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Why? I kind of did most of this last time. So. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Sure.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
This guy's got the right idea.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Will I, though? You know, as much as having a sharp object sounds fun, I think I can do without it. Thank you, Mr. Narrator Man, but I'm doing this my own way.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It's a harsh way of looking at it, but sure.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Ooh.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
I like this guy.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm a gamer. What else would I do? I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs.
Well, fear not.
I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful.
Now there is
How could
this
someone
chain.
like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I am focused, but not on your goal.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Forever's a
I
long
hope
time.
you brought something to deal with these chains.
Not even a little.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on, let's talk about this first.
Okay.
What is your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Princess seems a
Is
bit formal too.
Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
No, not really. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
She's insisting on it.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
She has very different mannerisms.
Okay, that's weird.
It is.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Well, then what's your name, then? That sounds harsh. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating? Or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
It has everything to do with everything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
But it is weird.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Good question. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the
Fair
truth,
enough.
or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Different wording, but the same.
It's
Whatever.
not like you'd believe me.
That's sad. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. But I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That is very sad.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Too long?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No. No, which is why I think you're... Wait. Which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. I almost read that wrong.
Sooner or later, you'll learn to trust me. Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
Sure. See what I can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's much of a chance of that being the case. Like, it's kind of a saying a lot of people have. Lock someone up and throw away the key. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
A rock, maybe.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Yeah, it's kind of...
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
That is fair.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Well,
you make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
well, yeah, I don't have a blade.
Easier
What am I supposed
for
to do?
whom?
I can't exactly cut anything.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Whose fault is that?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Seems like it.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Music.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
That's kind of a disturbing set.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Can we do that? I probably shouldn't be thinking about that, but like, our teeth? I don't know.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
How would it have gotten downstairs?
Or we could use it to free her.
I don't know why the narrator thinks we'd ever do anything he
You
says.
won't like what happens if you do that.
Ooh, I don't even have the option to slay her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really ready to see that.
You cut into her flesh.
Or hear that.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Well, at least
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
That is kind of suspicious.
She didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright then. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No.
Yes, we can.
Can't just let her escape into the world.
Yes, you can.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
I refuse.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
I'm not just going to watch you.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
No.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
It is not me.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, you're not. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
I refuse.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Correct.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Exercising my free will.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
You could just drop the knife.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Just drop the blade.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Yeah?
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
That is kind of a weird line.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
That doesn't feel like it to me.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Okay, you don't have to describe it.
I'm sorry.
Ow. Ow.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
That wasn't pleasant, but at least she's cute.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I still say she could have just dropped the knife. Chapter 2. The Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I like this one.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
I am talking about your manipulations.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
No, I'm petty.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
The smitten and the hero. Together they make a keen knight in shining armor.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. So all of the cards are on the table. then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It
No, I'm
sounds like
listening
he's
to
the
everything he
sort who'd
says.
sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
This is my kind of voice. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really already happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Specifically, why should I bother doing anything you suggest?
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Well, sort of.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Yep.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
But the princess is priceless.
I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
I have no common sense.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything?
Quit
If
mocking
you're
me.
asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I don't think they did.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I can't argue with that logic.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time
Magic.
simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I'm gonna go with A.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Someone cast a spell.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after?
Yes.
Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
No. She would not.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Maybe not convoluted, but definitely dastardly.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
But that assumes that that assumes that your premise is the premise, and not a cover premise for the actual premise. As for what the actual premise is, we'll figure it out. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
I don't like that wording.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with?
Yes.
You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
It is the right call. I will make the right call, because my call is the right call. But let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
I will take as much time as I want. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How was she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Let me tell you, you suck at convincing people. Let me just tell you. Let me just say that.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Probably not.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
I feel like I should have a comment about that, but I can't think of one. So she'll find a way out eventually. I should have a comment about that, but it's escaping me. Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Sure, why not? If people locked her away, why couldn't I did say that before. You're being cagey, blah 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 blah.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
If you say so.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
No. If people locked her away, why couldn't they stay there? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
But can I hear more about this prophecy?
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
The manipulations of a disembodied voice?
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice.
Yeah, it is kind of nice.
Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
If you truly were professional, you wouldn't even say that you dislike us. Whatever.
Right. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
I need no warning.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
No, I don't know about that. But I like this energy.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I don't really get people that like the sound of their own voice. Mine is it's just a voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
That's fair enough.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Alright.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do I want to do this right? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
I see a mirror.
There's definitely a mirror.
Yeah?
There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Well, my eyes spy a mirror, so I think there's a mirror. Although it does look off. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
That's a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her. We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
It would allow me to see myself. This whole cabin is different than last time, though, actually.
Very different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this
I
means
actually
you'll finally
have.
drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
This proves nothing.
So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Oh, look, a distraction.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
I'm having fun.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Doesn't necessarily
It was
look
there a
ridiculous to
second
me.
ago.
And now it's
And now
gone.
it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I mean, we can. Alright, now before I proceed, I'm just going to save over this. Yeah. Because I do specifically want to see the new chapter. I just don't actually know how to get to the new chapter. So, what I'm going to do is I want the knife. I want the knife.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
I mean, fair, but this isn't really a dashing sword. It's just a dagger. I mean, it serves its purpose. It's just not. It is not quite the aesthetic I want to go for.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again.
That is a good point. Although, honestly, if we go down without it, who's to say the narrator won't just give it to us in anyway?
There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Whatever you say. Now we shall enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
There isn't a lot of mention of color, which makes sense for a black and white game, but the carpet is specifically gold. Or is it that just the trim of the carpet that's gold? I don't know. What is a trim? Is it the sides? I think it's the sides. And then also her tears were pink last time because there was mixing with well, I was gonna say her blood, but it was my blood.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I wouldn't say that, actually. Like, you just said this is a very nice basement.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Like, it is stone, but, like, the only thing bad about it would be if she's still chained up to the wall, which she probably is.
Hello? Is someone there?
That I
Her
am.
voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I like the enthusiasm, but we kinda did just meet her.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
We have time to get to know her.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
She looks to be filling out that dress a little bit more.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
I wish she could.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
That's a nice way to put. That's a nice sentiment.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us
She
a
called
hero.
us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I mean, it works for me too.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Incontrovertible. Without controversy, I guess?
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
She killed us.
I'd still blame the
Only
narrator.
because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Mm-hmm.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
I'm doing it my way.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
That's if you believe the narrator. Let's see, what are the choices here? You killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? That's still a good question, because again, you could just drop the knife. That's always an option. You could just open your palm.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
No,
Did we?
no.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would not say that.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
That is good advice, actually. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
No.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Ah, she's so sweet.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Good point, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Probably not.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I wish there was just no one like you.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Yeah, see? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that
No.
have made you happy?
No.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Hmm.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, not exactly. Kind of? Um, what if I just remain silent?
The princess's eyes quiver as she waits for your response.
Hmm.
I didn't end the world?
Well, that was the question. Did you or didn't you?
I didn't end the world.
Okay.
She's clearly just saying what she thinks you want to hear.
Maybe.
Or she's innocent. How could a beauty like her be capable of ending the world? It's not rational.
No, I wouldn't say that. Do I have to cut you out again? I really didn't care for that last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
You're pretty chipper about
We
that.
won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What?
What?
No,
Maybe.
she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
It certainly doesn't sound rational, but you know what? I don't want to cut her arm, so
Why
you know
are
what?
you
Let's
two
go for it.
arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
I mean, she was okay with it last time.
She didn't care last time. Why should
Oh,
she care
yeah.
this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No,
Sure.
you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
You know what? You know what, Mr. Narrator Man? You make a very compelling argument. Rescue the princess.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I didn't click that time.
Yes.
But can you? You did it. You couldn't do it last time. What makes you think you can do it? Oh wait, no, he doesn't remember.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's not get too hasty here.
You wouldn't.
I would.
Please don't.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Hmm.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
That you do.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm not sure I'd say that
Hey,
either, but alright.
But you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
This is like a very nice sight. So soft.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved.
I have arthritis.
Is that a threat?
You know what we'll do if you try it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to regret this.
I regret knowing you.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
I'm not sure if this will actually get me to the new chapter. I don't think it will.
You sort of did last time, but this is different.
Yeah, that's fair.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may
Actually,
have
what'd
had
she
it all
say?
wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
Hold on. It's different. Is it different, actually? Hold on. Wait. Oh, well, I guess, actually, no, okay, no. It is different, because before I was just asking, like, if she wanted to, whatever.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I don't know if this is actually going to lead to the new chapter. If it doesn't, I'm actually going to load my save, which kind of is against the spirit of the game, but I specifically want to like front load this with the new
I
chapters.
think I want to leave. And I think...
And this does do something specific, which is why I think it's not going to lead to the new chapter, but
The princess closes her eyes in deep
I'm going to try it
reflection.
anyway, just because people thought
And
about
then
it.
she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh, hold on. No, hold on. There must be something
I
you
just want
want.
to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Oh,
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
uh, Actually, hold on a second. I think no, I don't think this is the right way to do it. Hold on. All right, I should have just kept going because it's. Hold on a second. Hmm. But what would make you happy? Wait, hold on. But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Ah, hmm.
Is she broken? What's going on?
Sounds like it.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you
Neither are
starting
you.
to trust me now?
No. I want you to tell me what you want. You have to have something. You have to want something more than just making me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
She is very different right now.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just
There-
sweet on us. You don't have to
Are
act
you
like
that-
it's a big deal.
Okay, clearly something is happening here, and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here? Nobody gets hurt, and we just figure out a way to be happy together. But also, Smitten, are you that? What's the word I'm looking for? You do you really not see anything wrong with this right now? Like, really? Also, I just want to note before I continue, technically, this basically would be what I would have done. Maybe not. It's basically what I would do because, like, the first time I saw this, I did think getting her something of her own to be happy about was a good idea. But this is Pristine cut specifically. This is new. So, but honestly, I probably like even just now when I decided to look up something about chapter 3. Well, how to get to chapter 3. This basically is what I would want on my first playthrough, but I would have stopped before now. Which honestly is kind of interesting because, like, yeah, it's like it's nice to have something. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. Let's just do it. There's nobody gets hurt. We just figure out a way to be happy together.
Oh, is that really what you want? If you think that would make you happy, then...
Uh, Kind of, maybe. I don't know. Something's wrong.
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
Oh, I don't like.
I guess we could do that.
Well, at
She's
least she's normal again.
she doesn't seem too. It seems like she's not that happy about that. Actually,
Normal again? Can't you tell she's sad? She's distraught.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking.
But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she?
This isn't exactly what I was
No,
expecting.
she has a point. She doesn't know us.
Actually, wait, what? How to stay here again? I don't know. I wasn't thinking.
No, it has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
Okay, so at first I was following because, like, okay, maybe not staying in the walls of the cabin the entire time, but like the cabin could be made into a home. I mean, you could make a castle out of this, and also getting rid of the narrator in general is also a good idea. But I, I, I don't like how you said the end there. I don't, I didn't like that. I still have the knife.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then...
Wait, no,
What?
wait, no, hold on.
No, you absolutely do not do that.
I agree with the narrator here, actually. What are you doing?
Oh, but I do.
Why?
What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us.
I, uh, that is a weird little mechanic there. But, yeah, no,
Are you
Smith,
sure you want to know? I
no,
suppose I
I'm
can't stall
not sure,
further.
actually.
You
Eesh.
plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
That is not pleasant. Smitten, what is wrong with you? I thought you, I thought, how, I thought your first idea was getting rid of the narrator. What is this gonna do?
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
No, no, I can't.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
Well, yeah, no, he isn't. What happened there?
And yet, it's done, isn't it?
That is, okay, props. I'll give you props. That is hardcore. But what the heck?
It will be
Eee!
soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch.
I don't get it.
Your exposed
Eesh.
heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room.
That is not normal.
Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
I I don't know what to.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
I mean, sure, but how are you gonna get anything from this? I mean, aside from literally ripping out my heart. Is that what you're gonna do? I I do. Um.
The princess, mesmerized,
Okay.
reaches towards your beating heart and then...
Okay. I said this last time, but I was not prepared for this.
Everything goes dark and we die?
I mean, their heart's still beating for now. Like, I don't think we ripped anything too vital. I mean, ribs, but like, there's still blood vessels going between the heart and the brain.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Epilogue, happily. Wait, epilogue.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Aww. Wait. The way he said that. The way he said that. It's a nice little chandelier. But hold on. That didn't say chapter 3. That's an epilogue.
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
This looks like a church.
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time.
Yeah.
Not that he was eager to divulge that.
Paranoid. Okay, you know what? That might be a good voice for this, I think, maybe. I don't know.
And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
Okay, you know, something about the voices, they like sometimes they'll acknowledge that the next voice is new. Other times, they won't. And the new voice very clearly has knowledge of the last chapter.
I can't say I'm happy to be here. This is a bad place. All stale and wrong. Can't you feel it?
I wouldn't say that, but it is a little bit unsettling, but I wouldn't say it's bad. Weird. Wrong. I guess.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes?
Alright, time for Smitten to say something.
We know that you keep telling
We're
us
not.
that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation is just noise. And I'm stuck on a better question. Where's the other one?
Where they... Do you mean Smitten? Is he the heart?
The other one? Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Maybe that's one of the rules. Maybe only one bonus voice is allowed to be here at a time.
Bonus voice. I guess if this was my first... Yeah, maybe...
Bonus voice? I'm just as important as you are.
I mean, Hero's always here from the beginning. So far from chapter 2, I've had Skeptic and Smitten. But yeah, Hero's always the one in chapter 1, so I guess chapter 2 is bonus voice.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time here and it's your first. You're not unwelcome, but from my perspective, you're definitely bonus.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe the room now.
Yeah, go ahead.
The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicoloured glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
You know what? I was kind of talking about that. It's making this a castle or something like that.
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
That's fine enough. Sometimes the blade is more trouble than it's worth. I didn't even use it last time. At least in Prisoner, there was a point to it. Does it matter if the blade's here? We didn't use it last time, and the time before that, she used it to kill us.
I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken away from us. I don't like losing options.
Alright, fair enough.
Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. And the fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right.
I mean, that's a fair point. Not towards your goal, but like, we're doing something wrong.
But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do?
We head onward to Her Majesty.
I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
I mean, it has always been there, so I guess it is kind of part of the structure. But now it isn't. So I guess it's mostly part of the structure. It's sometimes part of the structure. So none of you are going to talk about the mirror?
Oh, I see it. I've just been preoccupied with everything else going on. Like the fact
fair
that we
enough.
can rip our own heart out without deciding that's what we're going to do.
I mean, I guess it's just what the Smitten decided to do. I guess if you wanted to do it, then maybe you could do it. But I don't think you'd want to. It doesn't sound like you'd want to. It doesn't sound like the hero would want to either. The Smitten is just, crazy.
Is that what happened to you last time? How did that even work? You better not do it again.
Yeah, it wasn't my call.
Lucky for you, the one who did it is the one who's gone.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Moving on, I have no idea what you're talking about. There is no mirror. There's only the stained glass windows, the empty table where your blade should be, and the door to the basement.
I guess we go to the basement. Well, you also missed the chandelier.
You said that last time too, but that hasn't stopped it from showing up again.
The mirror is to the side in Chapter 2, and in the middle
Or
in
moving.
Chapter 3. Yeah, it moves.
Mirror or no mirror, the door to the basement, your only way forward, is just on the other side of the room. How about you walk over there?
You know what? Sure. Approach the mirror.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. What is this about that supposed mirror? Just reach forward and fumble around a bit. I'm sure you'll find the handle.
I guess we
Well,
will.
shall we have a look at ourselves? Maybe it won't go away this time.
Actually, this mirror... Am I imagining things, or does this mirror look cleaner than before?
You reach
Alright, well,
forward,
doesn't
your hand
matter.
instinctively wrapping around the handle.
Alright, that works.
Figures.
The mirror looked cleaner this time, so I thought maybe I'd see something.
And then you push the door open. Marvellous. We can proceed.
Wait, if there was a handle like that, shouldn't that have been a full door?
It would seem that the
Oh,
stairs to the
hold on.
basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet, too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
Sure. I'll take that.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably...
No.
No, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
Messing with the narrator is cool.
Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess.
That's a good thought.
No, you absolutely do. Just because she
No,
lives
I
in a
know.
nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature.
If she's not in a basement, she's upstairs. Is she perhaps also not chained?
Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed last time? Does she even have a nature?
That is a good question. I mean, she didn't outwardly change all that much last time, but she was her personality was pretty um what's the I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it was different, more
That is
uh,
precisely why she poses a threat.
because she changes.
I don't know, she got weird for a second, yeah, but she didn't change that. We have to move on. This is a wildly dangerous line of reasoning.
I mean, how was it dangerous? Just saying that she didn't change much doesn't sound that dangerous at all. And in fact, if anything, she got less threatening. So, if anything, if she changed again, she would be even less threatening. I mean, for your narrative, wouldn't that be okay? Maybe not good for your narrative, but for your goal, wouldn't that be better?
No, you can't just say that and not... Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
Fatigue?
You're home. Dinner's ready.
Wait.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets.
I don't think so. I don't think it would get worse.
Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
Yeah, it really does.
That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
I mean, we don't know that she's not a prisoner. She
And
could still be
don't
chained up.
Eat the food.
I mean, why wouldn't I?
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room, the princess seated at its far end.
I think I might be able to guess where the smitten went. This big shadow behind the princess might be it.
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight,
Wait, it
hanging
does?
from a golden chain around the princess's neck.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
I veto that idea.
Isn't that suspiciously easy? There has to be a twist. There has to be something waiting for us. You saw what happened to her last time. She's not what she seems.
Maybe, I don't know. But she's not dangerous.
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice.
As the words leave her
Wait,
mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Why are we seated so far apart?
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
Also, there's no chain. Interesting choices. You mentioned dinner on the stairs?
Oh, right, dinner. I'd totally forgotten about it.
The flames
Oh.
burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Huh.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
That's not quite what I was expecting.
Remember what I said. Oh, but it looks so amazing, and after everything we've been through, we could really use a break. Are you sure we need to be so concerned?
I gotta think about it. How long narratively would this 3 chapters take? Like, would the protagonist get like hungry?
I'm not sure about anything, and that's the problem.
That's a fair point. Uncertainty is not
For
pleasant.
what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table. But nothing here is exactly what I expected it to be, so make of that what you will.
Is this a smitten? I'm not sure that's a smitten anymore. I'm gonna eat.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy
This is a lot of
and
food for 2
tender
people.
and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
Interesting.
This really is perfect, isn't it?
Kind of.
It is the best meal you've ever had.
Thanks.
But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
That's not fair.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
What?
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you.
Huh.
The food is good.
Wait, do I not?
Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already.
I want to do more choices.
And then it's over. And you're just as hungry as when you began.
I want to do something else now.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
Well, no, I want variety.
And so the
Wait,
shadow
no,
sweeps
wait.
over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again.
Is that it?
The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more.
Yeah, this is weird.
So we had a mediocre meal. It's not a big deal. That's the trap. It wasn't mediocre at first. It's trending down.
Well, it's trending down because we're eating so quickly after the first time. Let me do something else in the meantime.
We're just getting a little sick of it. So what? We just have to try something new.
Yeah,
I'm sure we
exactly.
won't be stuck eating the same meal forever. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
You know, that's weird. Why is that happening?
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Let's try something else.
Again,
I said
the
try
shadow
something else.
replaces your feast. And again you eat.
Can I... Is that it? Is this really gonna keep going?
The meat is
Can-
greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting
Okay.
your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You
Great.
don't even touch the goblet. Its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing.
Though this could be avoided if we just didn't do this 4 times in a row.
I'm so tired of eating.
I didn't want to do it multiple times.
At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time. Right?
Maybe? I can look in here.
I'm so tired of this.
Huh?
As the
Wait,
words
what?
leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
No?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence. But maybe not.
Huh.
As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
Wait, you say angrily? It's just a torch. Don't worry about it. We still have plenty of... I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
You don't want him to be upset with you? You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
That is the smitten.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here.
How did he do that?
Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
Oh, the Steam achievement notifications don't show up on OBS. Interesting. I don't want to say that just yet. Let me say this one. What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
I guess so. Well, we ate. What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Maybe we could play a game.
Alright.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The flames roar, and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
I guess that makes sense for something simple.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind.
Maybe I should have called out Smitten.
You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do. We might as well try to have some fun.
Yeah, not everything has to be goal-oriented.
You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Alright.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
Wait, did we?
And so you start over.
Oh, it's just gonna just keep repeating like
Time
before.
passes. You play the game. You win.
Ooh, I'm good at this.
Hey! Will you look at that?
Victory.
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Sure. You don't sound too excited.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
Yeah, you're not
There
happy
is a
about
long
this.
pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
Maybe not. Not if we just keep playing repeatedly, like immediately after we
It's
finish.
never going to stay fun. You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh.
Wait, what are you realizing?
The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
It sputters, but it's not out.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Maybe. It'll be a different game. Maybe.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew.
Wait a second. If we're the ones adding the rules, how are we discovering complexities? Or I guess the rules interacting with each other in ways that, I don't know.
And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played.
Almost.
And the sputtering torch roars back to life.
Mhm.
But then you get used to the additions,
Oh.
and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination.
Yeah, but now we're doing this repetition again, I guess. Adding new rules doesn't change the game. So you gotta do something else.
Winning and losing become nothing but ends. And even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish. Till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
No, that's fine.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful.
A bit.
I think we all know that we're not happy. We just have to admit it to ourselves.
Hey, Smitten, you were real chatty last time. Don't you have anything to say?
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows
Ooh.
for a moment, but you don't receive a response.
That's interesting.
No, I saw him smile. That's him.
Was that a smile?
Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
Yeah, no, this is weird.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. Isn't this enough? Isn't this what you wanted him to do?
In a manner of speaking, I guess. Not this exactly, but maybe something like this.
He says he's tired. I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
So he's tired too? Do I want to go with this immediately, or do I want this? They're both explore options, but well, we do have 2 more lights, so I don't know. Let's try this one, I want to say.
I don't know. But we can't do those other things anymore, can we? Maybe we can just spend time together?
Actually, that sounds kind of nice.
Princess smiles as the two of you wait.
Are we just waiting,
Come
or are we
on.
talking?
There has to be a way out of this. This can't be the rest of our lives. This can't be forever. And wait. We live in a changing world. We know that. Something has to happen.
I mean, are we just waiting in one room?
And wait.
Okay, that's dull. This isn't what I had in mind.
You keep saying that, but we can't wait forever. There is no waiting forever.
Yeah, no, this isn't this.
And wait.
Okay, we gotta leave the cabin.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh, no.
Huh. How are you,
Oh, no.
what do you mean?
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
Is he getting smaller?
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
That's a good question. What do you think will happen? Don't worry about what's going to happen. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose? You don't have to let it go out. Oh, I don't want to say that. Whatever the shadows have been showing us isn't real. We need to see what happens when the lights go out. No, I want to say this. If you would do anything in the world, what would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
You know what? That's a good idea.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
If that's what you want to do, let's go for it.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
Wait, what?
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
That's fair.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
Wait, what? What? Uh, why are you crying?
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
I don't get it.
I don't know. It feels like an important part of me is gone, but I'm still here. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how I'm supposed to pick up the pieces.
We shall pick up the pieces together.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Wait, are the voices quiet?
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
That's fine.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Hero and Paranoid are talking.
Do you still care about me?
Yes? Of course I do. I don't think I will ever stop. Whatever we had between us wasn't real. This is real. I don't think I want to say that. I don't know if I ever have, but maybe I can now. I mean, I can see a way that this would work. It doesn't work to me right now, but I can see a way that it could work. I'm not sure I've ever had the chance to figure out how I feel about you. I've just wanted to, oops. Hold on. Actually, no, I kind of do like this one, but I don't know. I kind of like it, but I don't know. All of these have shades of what I think I'd want to say. Or at least all four of these. It feels like this one just seems like the best thing to say. But the three of these have some nuance in them that I'm not sure I can do without. But they just don't feel like they end right. Well, I mean, this one does, but I don't like how it starts. Like, just saying flat out that it wasn't real, that doesn't sound right. This one, it's like a combination of these two in particular feels right. But I don't know. They're separate. I think I will say this one. I don't know. I'm not sure what feels the best. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm not sure I've ever had a chance to figure out how I feel about you. I've just wanted to leave them since the moment I found myself in the woods. I guess that's right.
Then maybe that's what we should do. Leave.
Offer her your hand. Sure.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold and a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You're offering surprisingly little
Oh, hey, you're here.
resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world?
I thought you were gone.
It does, if he's telling the truth.
Uh-huh.
Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Oh.
It
Interesting.
really was just all meaningless blather then, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
I think this just kind of broke the narrator's will. I guess. Okay. I'll
You
take
and the
it.
princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
Huh. That's rather nice of him.
He's really gone, isn't he?
He never got smitten back.
Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that feels like it's finally been scratched. No more shadowy figures yanking at our strings. No more strings. I guess we're free.
I guess so.
The stars are so beautiful.
That they are. A quiet moment passes over you. A comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
Then dance we shall. Huh. She pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile, widening and widening, until it reflects only genuine affection. Huh. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretched to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand and hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
It was my pleasure. I meant it. Share a dance with your happy ending. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
That's a good question. It's going to be okay, trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Can we trust you?
Yes, you can. I approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
This was... Well, it ended beautifully.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
But I need to know.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
If you say so. When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
I guess that's fair.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Hold on a second. Yeah, that should be fine. Not that one. This actually hasn't happened to me yet, but I know what it's about. The game doesn't want you going to the same chapter 2 twice in one run. I'm gonna say it.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Alright, I can accept that. You've been kinder to me than anyone else. You've only met like 2 people. But you know what? Well, I guess 3. Sorry, and hands. I didn't really think of them as people. Wait. Yeah, thank
Why
you.
wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Well, actually, I guess it is still like 2 people because the entity claims that the princesses are a part of her. So it's really just the princess and the narrator that the protagonist has met. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Oh,
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
okay. Do you have thoughts on this vessel? I'm curious.
This one is a songbird in a
Ooh.
cage of gilded shadows. She will make for an honest heart.
Huh. That sounds nice.
Do not mourn her. She has finally learned to sing for herself.
That is beautiful. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Alright. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
I am not entirely certain I like that sentiment. I mean, I don't know.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
That makes it sound like the individual perspectives aren't important, that they aren't people.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Fair. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My
Huh.
waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
That line's new, actually.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Yeah, no, that line's new. Before she said, more than you have found, more than you have found, but less than there are to find. Huh. Alright, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
Alright.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. An honest heart, share your happy ending with her. Chapter 1, The
You're
Hero
on a
Princess.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a
I'm
cabin.
gonna save here. Yeah, I'm saving over this. And then I shall bid thee adieu. Until next time, my friends.